Hello, everyone, and welcome to the City of Quincy License Commissioners Agenda Meeting. And it's September 12th at 4 p.m. I'm going to read into the record the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Sue, can you call the roll?
Yes. For Chief Kennedy, we have Detective Brown.
Present.
Director Conlon.
Present.
Chief Jackson.
Present.
For Commissioner Castley, Inspector Mignosa.
Present.
Chair Crispo.
Present. We do have a quorum, and we will get started with agenda item number 1. Hearing regarding the request of the Montclair Wollaston Neighborhood Association for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for their annual Pumpkin Spice Festival on October 14th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Bishop Field. And Councilor Coughlin, thank you for coming. Why don't you tell us about your great event?
Thank you, and thank you, all of you, for the opportunity to appear before you today. The Neighborhood Association has been in existence for, this is the 32nd year. And in each year, we've had some type of an event. For the past 5 years, we've moved it to the fall, and it has become the October Pumpkin Spice Festival. Several of the city entities have participated. The Parks Department is a great supporter. The Fire Department, with the Chief's blessing, has sent vehicles down. We have a toucher truck. We've had the Quincy Police Department there. Good to see you, Detective. Thought I'd have a chance to congratulate in person Chief Kennedy. I haven't seen him since his ascension to that position. We have Brewster Ambulance. We have the Coast Guard, which typically brings a amphibious vehicle. We have musical entertainment. We have face painters and balloon artists. And from Montilio's, I actually spoke to George Montilio this morning just to confirm the arrangements with Montilio's. They provide food for the event. And Walter Hubley and the Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association, as you know, they've been doing their Saturdays in the Park events, which they came before you all for permission to once again do this year. They provide the beverages for us just as they do for those events. Thus the seeking of the licensing for that purpose.
Great.
I don't know if there's any other questions. I'm not sure if I covered everything, but.
No, I think so. Thank you. Does anyone here have any questions, concerns regarding the request of the Montclair Wollaston Neighborhood Association for a special use permit one-day liquor license for their annual Pumpkin Spice Festival? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of the Montclair Wollaston Neighborhood Association for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for their annual Pumpkin Spice Festival on October 4th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Bishop Field. Kevin Coughlin.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of the Fowler House Cafe, 1049 Hancock Street for an extension of premise for their all-alcohol beverage restaurant license into the rear parking lot area for their annual Oktoberfest event on October 7th. The event will also include live outdoor music. John McNeil. Hi, John, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, doing.
Why don't you tell us about your event?
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. It's third annual request, third annual event since I bought the Fowler House to have live outdoor music in the parking lot behind the building, parking lot that we own. No street closures. Will involve just basically live music, a beer truck. We'll have an outdoor stand for our own in-house liquor and etc. Live entertainment would be between 3 and 9. We did extend it over the last, compared to the last 2 years. We asked for a later close this year due to a number of events in the city that are taking place at the same time. So we wanted to give an opportunity for people to enjoy it. We have the roll hats and we have the beer fest. So instead of 7, we were trying to maybe push it to 9 just to capture a little bit greater of an audience. Give parents some opportunity to come back from the football game and enjoy a beverage. But that's it, it's pretty straightforward, so I'm not doing anything special other than just the live music and, basically closing off the parking lot, so.
Great, thank you. Anyone have any questions, concerns regarding the request of the Follow House Cafe for an extension of premise all alcohol beverage license for their annual Oktoberfest?
Just wanted to point out, all the food will be cooked indoors, so we have no outdoor grills or anything, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any questions, concerns from anyone on the board? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of the Fowl House Cafe, 1049 Hancock Street, for an extension of premise of their all-alcoholic beverage restaurant license into the rear parking area for their annual Oktoberfest event on October 7th. The event will also include live outdoor music.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, John. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice night, thank you.
Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Richard Ash for Ward 2 for a special use permit, 1-day liquor licenses for Fall Food Truck Fridays with Richard Ash, candidate for Ward 2 at Faxon Park on September 15th and September 29th, and Four River Clubhouse, September 22nd and October 6th. The events will run from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and include refreshments and music. Richard Ash. Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Why don't you tell us about what your plans
These are, I'm proposing 4 Friday nights from 6 to 8. I'm gonna actually change that if I could from 5:30 to 8, just in case with the sunset creeping up on us. It'll be 4 Friday nights, 2 hours with an oscillating, a different list of 4 food trucks. All of them are registered with the city, and then 4 entertainers, 2 dessert trucks, and Craig's Cafe is going to be providing the alcohol.
Great, thank you.
Working with the Parks Department to figure out where best to set up, what I need to do, et cetera. All that's happening this week.
Great, thank you. Any questions, concerns from anyone regarding the request of Richard Ash for Ward 2 for 4 special 1-day liquor licenses for Fall Food Truck Fridays? Seeing none. Board members? Chief, yes,
Hey,
please.
Richard, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Any food trucks would be permitted through our fire prevention office, so if you just give them a call or have them reach out to us, it's okay?
Great, will do. Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of Richard Ash for Ward 2 for 4 special use permits, 1-day liquor licenses for Fall Food Truck Fridays with Richard Ash, candidate for Ward 2 at Faxon Park, September 15th and September 29th, and Four River Clubhouse, September 22nd and October 6th. The events will run from 5:30 to 8 and include refreshments and music.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you very
You're all
much.
set, thank
Thank
you. Agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of Cubic Labs, 1495 Hancock Street for a special use permit, 1-day liquor license for social events at the annual Boston Blockchain Week on September 20th and September 21st from 2 to 6 at Kilroy Square. Counselor Ian Kane, hi, how are you?
Hello, Madam Chair. Thank you for having me today. So we'll be hosting an event next week in Kilroy Square called Boston Blockchain Week. Cubic Labs, which is an organization that I run, we're focused on bringing innovation, entrepreneurship south of Boston, and in those efforts, we support an effort called Boston Blockchain Week. This is our 2nd year that we've hosted the event in Kilroy Square. Last year, we had about 65 plus different speakers from across the blockchain ecosystem. Probably had about 400 people come through over 3 days. And so we'll be hosting the event next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the 20th to the 22nd in Kilroy Square. And today I'm asking for a liquor license. We'll be hosting a group called Decanted Wine Truck, which will serve, or at least offer beer, wine, and craft cocktails to our participants in the event. And so we would like to have them situated at Boston Blockchain Week on Wednesday and Thursday from approximately 2 to 6 p.m. each day.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions, concerns regarding the request of Cubic Labs for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for social events for Boston Blockchain Week on September 20th and 21st? Seeing none, any concerns from the board members?
Yeah, is there gonna be any food?
There will be food. We're bringing food from the common market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Food catered from the common market. Thank you. Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of Cubic Labs, 1495 Hancock Street, for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for social events at the annual Boston Blockchain Week on September 20th and September 21st from 2 to 6 p.m. in Kilroy Square.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck. Agenda item number 5, hearing regarding the request of the St. George Albanian Orthodox Cathedral for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for their second annual Albanian Community Festival on September 24th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. This year's festival will be at General's Park Bridge area and McConville Way. Leo Kecker from Alba has just got in touch with us and told us he's unable to be here today. However, he did submit an application and is working with the city departments to set up this annual event that will be on September 24th. They did request to set up at 8 a.m. and to have it all closed down by 8 p.m. So for that, I think if everybody, if there's any questions from anyone here regarding the St. George Albanian Orthodox Cathedral for a special use one-day liquor license for their second annual Albanian Community Festival on September 24th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this year it will be at the General's Park Bridge area in McConville Way. Any questions, concerns from anyone? No. Board members, any questions, concerns?
No.
Seeing none. Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of the St. George Albanian Orthodox Cathedral for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for the second annual Albanian Community Festival on September 24th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. This year's festival will be in the General's Park Bridge area in McConville Way.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request of Jack Mac LLC doing business as Emma's Macaroons for a common victualler license for the premise located at 27 Beale Street. Proposed manager Jeannie Hong. Proposed hours of operation 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday noon to 6. Christopher Tran, and Jeannie Hong. Hi, how are you?
Jeannie's shy.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Christopher, how are you?
Very
Why
good,
don't you
very
tell
good.
us about
So
Emma's?
Emma's Macarons, we actually started right before pandemic and then it got shut down. But we have our main headquarter location and bakery with kitchen out in Waltham currently. And we're there for probably at least another 2 years. We do all our baking on site. We have all the correct permitting and serve safes and pest control, etc. We wanted to open here in Quincy. I'm from Quincy still. I live here. I've been here over 20 years. And we wanted to bring it back home. So for now, the space that we have is 27 Beale Street. And that building, I believe, is going down in a year. So right now it's just a temporary satellite. So no cooking will be done on site. But what we'll do is cook it in Waltham and supply the store in Quincy. So mainly it's gonna be French macarons, artisan like cookies, brownies, individually packed. And if there's any drinks, it's gonna be bottled drinks, probably served from like Coca-Cola or something like that. And we'll probably bottle some lemonades and things like that that we made in-house in Waltham. And our hours are pretty much Monday through Saturday, about noon to 8 p.m. And Sundays we close a little early, around 5:30.
Great, thank you.
Of course, thank you for your time.
Any questions, concerns from anyone regarding Jack Mac LLC doing business as Emma's Macaroon for a common victualler license for the premise located at 27 Beale Street? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns?
Yeah, you'll just have to reach out to the health department for an inspection before, okay?
Of course. Yeah, I've actually reached out prior, so they told me to do the
Okay.
license board first and then contact them after. They'll probably come out a week or two in advance prior to our opening day.
All right.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Gonna make a motion? Make a motion?
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of J Mac LLC doing business as Emma's Macaroons for a common victual license for the premise located at 27 Beale Street. Proposed manager Gene Hong. Proposed hours of operation 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and Sunday noon to 6.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all
Thank you.
set, thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you so much.
Agenda item number 7, hearing regarding the request of Neon Washington Street LLC doing business as Neon Marketplace at 453 Washington Street for new hours of operation from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. This obviously does not apply to the alcohol sales. Previously approved hours were 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Attorney Doug Troyer.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are y'all doing?
Good, thank you.
As you know, Neon, my client purchased property back in February 22. They obtained a zoning finding that allowed them to raise and construct a convenience store gas station on the property. Construction proceeded, and as of March 21 of this year, occupancy permit was issued, as well as all the necessary licenses to operate a convenience store gas station on the site. We basically, after we were open, we determined that it would be much more beneficial for hours of operation to be extended. One of the main reasons was because of the abilities to stagger fuel deliveries as well as other deliveries to the site. Also allow for early opening. There is a substantial fresh food aspect to this, so there's a lot of prep and a lot of other things that go along with it. As a result, we filed for a special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals, obtained that special permit in July. The appeal ran, there was no opposition at those hearings, and no appeal was filed. We recorded that special permit in early August, and I'm now before you to kind of close the loop of seeking the ability to amend the hours of operation from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Great,
Happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
thank you. Any questions from anyone regarding Neon Washington Street LLC doing business as Neon Market for a change of hours to 5 a.m. to 1 a.m.?
Can I speak for a second?
Certainly, of course you can.
I'm John Rutherford, 60 Brimwell Road. When did this establishment first open?
March
Has it been a year yet?
2023.
Okay, March of 2023. I just kind of feel that, like, when a business comes into the city, they should use the hours that they originally picked at least for a year. You know, so to go in and to ask for something and then to change it. I spoke before on this. Most cities and towns, Walmart closes at 11 everywhere now. Like on Sundays, Home Depot closes at 8. You're not really seeing places open like that late. So only trouble happens from 11 to 1. I don't really think this is a good idea. And if they do want to have it open till 1, I would at least make them wait a little while longer, because the reality is, what were their true hours that they wanted when they originally asked for this application? So, I think Neon came out, I think that corner came out good. I think it is a good thing, it's good new growth, we need the new taxes. But let's make sure everything is good. Let's see what your track record is for a year before we extend your hours. That's just how I feel. Thank you.
In response to that, the gentleman actually appeared at the ZBA hearing and spoke as well. A little different statement at that hearing than what is here today. I didn't think there was an opposition at that hearing from you. Also want to point out that similar businesses in the area have following hours of operation. 7-Eleven, that's located at 495, operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a direct competitor of ours. Duncan, located at 588 Washington Street, opens at 5 a.m. 7 days a week. Jimmy's House of Pizza, located at 499 Washington Street, has hours of operation until 2 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. And Co-op's Bar and Grill, located at 520 Washington Street, which has an hours operation until 1 a.m. 7 days a week. I think that we're consistent with other businesses in the area and to be competitive. And I believe the site in which we have dramatically improved upon. I think it's a great product for the town, and we respectfully request that you grant that request. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I rebuttal?
Yes.
Just a quick rebuttal. I played bocce at the Tour of the Potsy, and 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, which is right near that 7-Eleven that you quoted, the police were all over there. There was like, you know, an incident where someone got stabbed. And then last week, the police were all over there again, you know, so that is my whole point. That store that's open, you know, the poor people that live in that area, okay, deserve to be able to go to bed at 11 o'clock at night and not have to worry about crazy people coming, you know. Let's say you got to get gas and you're going home late and you're going to Weymouth. I do it often. There really aren't many gas stations, but the reality is you should be home in bed by 11 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Real briefly, for the ZBA hearing, we had to provide public notice, unlike what we had to do today. No opposition was presented at that. Thank you very much. I answer any questions the board may have.
Thank you. I did receive a call from a constituent in favor of this plan. She's a nurse and travels to South Shore Hospital and sometimes needs to stop and get gas and some things at the convenience store. So that is on the record as well.
Great, thank you.
Any questions, concerns from anyone? No? Okay, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of Neon Washington Street LLC doing business as Neon Marketplace, 453 Washington Street, for new hours of operation from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. This does not apply to the sale of alcohol. Previously approved hours are 7 to 11 p.m.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Just so the
you.
board knows, we have locks on the alcohols, so during those appropriate hours, they are locked.
Great,
So we
thank
are
you.
compliant with that. Thank you so much for your time.
Also, in other business, an update on a previously approved request for a new manager, new LLC manager for the Welcome Massachusetts Market LLC, doing business as the 99 Ranch Market at 475 Hancock Street. Application is being resubmitted to the ABCC to include additional information they requested related to ownership structure and the name change of the parent company level. So that will go back in tomorrow for reconsideration. That does conclude our agenda today. I'd like to look for a motion to accept the minutes from the August 22nd hearing and waive the reading.
I'd like to make the motion to accept the minutes from August 22nd hearing and waive the reading.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And our next hearing will be September 26th. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.